Winter is here. Thankfully, we've only one field left to do. Time we got field 41 cultivated and ready for next season. Hello and welcome back to Charwell. It is the first day of winter, as I said, and yeah, we only have a limited time in which we can get this next bit of work done. And that is, we need to cultivate our field. I'm going to grab a Lemkin cultivator for this. Now, there's lots of 6-meter cultivators about. Lots that, yeah, sort of that horse tiger is 39,000. So they're all about 39,000. There's a couple of them here. Now, this one here, it has wheels on it, but it's a bit expensive. It's 52,000. Whereas this one here, basically the same piece of kit, but without the extra wheels and bits on it. We should be able to run our tractor, or run this on our tractor. Now, it's 35,000 for this. I don't have the money for it at the moment, so we are going to have to throw up our cost a little bit. So into here, we want to take our money up to 45,000. So we're again borrowing a bit, 40,000, borrowing a bit. We're taking it back up to 165,000. We should be able to pay for this. We know we've got a big amount of stuff that we're selling in the next couple of days. So that is all good. Let's grab this then. And we're going to get it in colours that match our tractor. So the class green in the main and then the red after that. Don't need the track loosener. Gonna go with the gamma harrows. And we're going to get the medium ground set up. Mainly because I like the look of it more than anything else. You end up with medium to heavy, medium. Yeah, we're gonna go with the medium ground setup. 230 horsepower, so our JCB can actually pull this. But we're gonna buy this. Yes, there we go, and that then gives us the full range of stuff, and we get this nice cultivator here. So 6-meter cultivator. Should easily do this job. Anything over that just ends up being too costly in horsepower. This tractor has 300 horsepower and 350 horsepower, I think it is. And there's nothing that comes close. Nothing that we can get. It's all over 400 horsepower. Whereas this, yeah, this being 230 means that it's usable by this tractor, but there's this big gap between the 6-meter and the 8-meter. Right, I thought my entrance to my field was that way. It's not. It's this way. And yeah, this is the first day of winter, so the ground is currently 1 degree C. It's not quite frozen. Now my hope is that we can still break it up and work with it like this. So to do that, we're going to head into the field here. As always, we're looking to end the field at this point. So I am going to go and head up this way and start ourselves about 1 track in. So lift it up. Unfold it. I think I must have disconnected. There we go. Connect up that. Open it up. And yeah, this time of year. Actually, we can, because we're only doing this today. We can run this at times 10. And get the day running a little bit. There we are. Right. And over to here. And you can see we've got a bit of width to work with. So the widest part of the field is this bit here. And I want to turn around and start us off in this corner then. And this is where we will set our GPS from as well. Which is turned on. Excellent. Let's set our first point. Drop this down. And away we go. So we want to be holding at about 45 degrees if we can. Now I don't know if I've set... Snap terrain angle is off. I need to turn it on for this. And we want to cancel our previous course and just, yeah, set ourselves back up. So we'll reline ourselves up. Reset our start point. And that should do it. And you see, this is slightly off. But that should do it. And once we've got the first line there, set the width. Check we're running in the right direction. Perfect. Right, so that is the first bit here. I'm actually going to return to where I started. Because that is a small area here, and I want to do a full run down the field. So up and round. Into our GPS course, and down we go. And yeah, this works really nicely, and I really like the look of this cultivator on this tractor. Having the nice thing about the Lemkin one is the fact that I can set the color of it, and yeah, it matches the class setup really nicely. Color matched cultivating, I think, is probably going to end up being our title for this, because I like it. I like it a lot. Right, I need to be careful because obviously we're going over the edge a lot, and that isn't totally realistic. So we'll bring it to about, yeah, we want to come up to about here-ish, I think. So we're aiming to do 2 headlands around here. So starting on this end. And if we can get it all lined up perfectly, then that would be good. You can see we've sort of done 2 headlands in the past. And this goes at a decent pace with this. Really does. And not too expensive, this piece of kit. And we only need to cultivate this field. So that's why I've spent the sort of 35-ish thousand to get this. Because these fields we only need to cultivate. And we might sell our plough at some point, because unless we're field creating, it's become a little bit redundant. I'm still of 2 minds whether we should continue the poplars next year. I really want your feedback on that. Do you think we should do more poplars next year? I think we're going to see the price of the wood chips soon. We'll check that out in a moment, actually, because this is the thing we also need to do while we're here, is work out where we're going and how we're moving forwards. And doing things like cultivating is a really great time for us to do that kind of thing. And to be perfectly honest, gives us something to do while we're cultivating, and breaks up the fact that we're doing this job, just doing this job. So let's have a look and see what we've got to sell when. We are in here, we've got wood chips. Wood chips hit their best price again on day 3 of winter, and it's there along with the wheat, the barley, oats, everything except the canola. The canola hits its best today, apparently. Didn't we sell all our canola last time? That is a very good question. Did we sell? We did. We sold all our canola last episode, and it's gone up in price. Now that is an example of seasons kicking you in the butt. Sometimes with these graphs, it adjusts. So you can give a rough guess, but we would have made more money selling the canola today than the previous game day. Why didn't that lift? That would not have done that piece of kit any good. Need to remember to stop and lift next time. There we go. So yes, we would have made more money and considerably more by the looks of things if we'd have sold it today rather than last game day. So that went horribly wrong for us. It really did. But nothing else is doing a good price at the moment for us to sell at. We're not looking at making any extra money. We actually need to sell eggs today. Eggs were a good day last time. So we kind of got those the wrong way around. I think we may need to sell some eggs at the end of this episode. If we can, because I've been unable to unload that area yet. So we'll have a look. We'll see whether we can do any egg stuff later. For now, though, I'm going to get on with this. I'm going to get this field done. And we'll be back in a minute once we are a bit further through it. A little over halfway through the field now, and yeah, this cultivator is going very, very nicely. We should have this job done in no time. I've just been trying to work out whether I actually have any way of transporting the eggs if I want to go and sell them, and I don't think I do. I think what we'll have to do is get hold of both a forklift and a trailer. I might hire the trailer because it's not very often we sell eggs, and just get like a car trailer or something like that we can put on the back of the Massey, and hopefully we'll be able to sell the eggs that way. This cultivator actually. Fantastic little cultivator. 6 meters means that we're not hanging around too long. I'd like something wider. Just the whole thing, as I was saying earlier, that 6 meters seems to be the best you can get for anything under 400 horsepower. I couldn't see anything in there that was 300, there was more than 6 meters that wasn't less than 400 horsepower, which is odd. And I think there's a couple of bits I can look at for that. Possibly the disc rippers. Maybe that would have been a way to go. I think the Vadestad ones might have actually had that. And I can have a quick look at that while we're heading back down this row. Let's line ourselves up. Plonk it down. I think I've actually ended up leaving a single headland rather than two. So we might have to come up and do that. But I'm going to put this on to cruise control and head into here. I think under the disc harrows we may have found something. Yeah, 6 meters. Lemkin here, 6 meters. Here we go, the Vatstads. So 4 meters, 5 meters, 6, 8 meters. There we are. Yeah, that's the 8 meter one. Requires 220 horsepower. So yes, it would be more expensive than the one we bought. But yeah, we could have used that instead of this if we'd wanted. So there is that. There is that possibility. So yeah, we've made a few errors on here the last couple of videos, I think. Stuff that we can learn from. But we are ending our 2nd year on here, which is not something I thought I'd ever be saying. And we are planning for our 3rd. We've got both of our fields germinated. That we needed to get germinated before winter set in, which is fantastic. Again, if we head over to here, we can see in here that both our wheat and our canola have germinated going into winter. So that will help them survive the winter a bit more, because as we can see in here, The wheat has a high frost resistance, and the canola has a high frost resistance when the plants are young. So getting them to germinate has done really well. And then the rest of our fields are all going to be ready to plant. This field, as I said, we are going to be putting corn into here, which is nuts. This is going to be a huge field of corn. If we can get it in early enough and it germinates early enough, we will get it harvested before we get hit by the rain late harvest season next year. If not, we'll see what happens. But yeah, getting in our crops early next season is going to be massively important. And yeah, the corn is a field. We don't have direct drilling on our corn, so we have to use this and cultivate this field first. But yeah, we can just plant it as soon as we're able now with this. So yeah, all good. We are in a good position despite our recent mess or our recent mistakes. I think we're going to come out of this well. Let's get this field finished off, and then we can go and sell some eggs. So coming to the end of the main body of the field, and we're just going to have to work out now exactly how we're going to do the headlands. Looks like our headlands are slightly over a full width. So I'm going to head back to the entrance to the field, and we'll start down there. And we're going to try and do this as realistically as I possibly can. So we're going to try and get a good overlap. Make sure that we can do that. We're not going to turn with the cultivator. We're just going to get it to do that. Now I think, looking at this, yeah, there's enough width there. So we're going to come in this corner here and do that. And we're going to try and do this with some nice straight lines. And see if we can get this to do what I want it to. So that means no turning with the cultivator. Otherwise, we'd snap off tines. So yeah, straight across there. Across there. I did really effective cultivating. No, it was planting on Greenwich Valley for my last live stream, which will actually has gone up just before this video this morning, and it was basically the way we did it meant that I didn't drive on anywhere where I'd previously planted, and I was quite impressed with that. That was good. I'm not doing anything other than making minor adjustments with this. Trying to keep these edges and these bits that I'm doing as straight as possible. And we're going to do the same along here. So back as far as we can go back. Because that corner. And then hopefully we can keep nice and straight up this side here. Yeah. Any turns I do need to be small and mainly around keeping myself where I want to be. I'm wondering if this edge here actually would be a better edge to set myself against. Unfortunately, the field doesn't have, or the map doesn't have multi-terrain angle. Otherwise, I think that would be. I think that'd be an absolutely brilliant way to do this field, would be at this angle. Right, and I'm just going to take this up to the corner. like so. And then we want to go basically in line with the edge of the field here. And clean this off. So, like that. And if we have a smaller area here, when it comes to doing this larger bit further down here, that should be easier. But we've done this with straight lines around the headlands. I'm quite pleased with myself with that. Not really driven much on where I've already cultivated. Right, and pull that to a stop there. Because I want to get a line in on this corner here. Yeah, there we go. Oh, no, missed a bit. There we go. So that then gets that there. And then we got a nice straight line back. Fortunately, we got a little bit of overlap, but yeah. That would be very, very finicky to try and... Well, let's try and... As I said, it's the sharp turns that we need to avoid. Getting it so that we run along the edge with some small turns, that's different. It'll put strain on it, but it won't actually cause anything to break. Right. Because we've got the same thing here. We want to follow around the edge of the field. Nicely lined up and going around the last little bit. This corner's going to be a little bit tricky. Basically, we need to do 3 lines in order to make sure that we don't do any sharp turns with the cultivator. Yeah. Like so. Oh, I'm really pleased with this headland. This headland has gone so very nicely. And has worked very, very well for me. It is fiddly in places though. Look at this. There we go. We're going to go across the top here. Like this. And it's 3, you can see here, this is 3 separate maneuvers. In fact, it's going to be about 5 maneuvers to get around this this pit, or this bit of tree that's sitting here. But we are around it. And then, yeah, maneuver into the corner like this. So that we make sure we get everything. And then straight along the back here, and then we've just got one last bit to finish up, and that will mean this field is cultivated. Not a moment too soon. The sun is disappearing. We've only got a limited amount of time left, really, to get our eggs sold. So we're going to go and see if we can extract the eggs from the area. We'll throw everything. Well, actually, a load of them won't process till overnight, so we could throw in what we've got at the moment. Let's fold this up because we are done with this, and that's actually one of the nice things about this piece of kit, is that it folds up nice and small, so it will be easy to store at our farm, and we can head back with it now and get that done. I am just going to pull this into here and park up. Right, it's not got too sunny at all today. Right, that is 100%. So this wants to go into our egg thing for processing. That is our pigs. Now, there is a way, because we need to unload eggs. Oh, that has processed good. There we go. So we can't output at the moment. We can't spawn a pallet. So we can't actually do anything with this at the moment. So, yeah. That is... it's interesting that we're only 45%. Let's have a look, actually. There is a way... So on status disabled, outputs. I don't quite know what... Ah, okay. We can... Ah, okay. So we can spawn a pallet. So let's spawn a pallet out of this. There we go. Look at that. So we've got an egg pallet with 3,000 litres in it. We need to go and sell that. So let's have a look in our trailers. I think it will be under... I think it's going to be just under MISC, maybe. Do we have a flatbed in here that we can grab quickly? We don't. What about then in... I don't think we'll have anything in just in trailers we can do. We might have, actually. I've got an idea. We can just hook up this. This will cost us 480 to rent. Sorry, 408 to rent. Just get a set of trail bulbs on it, so we'll lease that. Yes, okay. Jump in the Massey. Let's get some lights on and go and get our trailer and bring that back here, and then we can load up with the skid steer once that's done. This little Massey has actually been really useful on this farm. I'm very pleased we got it. The extra front hitch is a really useful bit of kit as well. I wish it positioned better, but it's yeah, it needs. I think it might be that the tractor mod needs a tweak as to exactly where that front hitch bit sits. But let's hook it up. There we go. And don't think, yeah, connect up all our cables and everything. Get this back to our farm, and then this will allow us to very easily transport anything we need to, flatbed wise. We don't have a flatbed on the farm, I don't think, because we've not really needed one. We've not had much space to transport. We've not needed to transport much stuff, and yeah, the whole thing is has sort of been unnecessary to this point. But as I said, we can just rent this, keep it around while we're renting it, and use it occasionally. There we go. The alternative is I find a see if I can find an old trailer or something that costs a lot less money. Use this today. Right, I think our forks are in here. No. Where are my forks? There. Stuck in the pallets. Why can't I? Oh, hang on. There we go. JCB forks. There we go. Let's go and get our pallet full of eggs. So this is going to be our first egg sale from the farm, which is absolutely brilliant. Really excited to have got those done. We've almost got a second pallet. But 3,000 eggs is brilliant. And this is the updated version of this mod that came out the last couple of days. I think I'm going to start using this mod instead of the other one. Instead of the egg pallets that you fill up. It's a much nicer mod. Wow, that's nicer. Okay, there we go. Let's go park this back in our shed. Get it out of the way, and we can go and head off and sell these eggs. 3,000 litres of eggs. Hopefully this is going to make a tidy little profit for us. Right, and in. Now, where do these need to go? These need to go to... Best price. Ah, wow. This should make a nice little profit. Grain sell point. Doesn't tell me which one, so we'll bring that up. I think, yeah, that is the closer one, thankfully. So we'll take this round and take our pallet of eggs to our sell point. Perfect. And use our little Massey to do it. We could have used the JCB. It would have been a bit quicker of a run doing that. But to be perfectly honest, I wanted to get the Massey a run. We've only got 6 hours on this tractor compared to the huge number of hours on our other two. And yeah, it's good to give it a little run out every so often. And plus, really, this trailer doesn't require more than this little Massey. And plus, this little Massey will also navigate these streets better than our two bigger tractors, which we have had before. We're able to take this one down here quite easily. Into the sell point. And I'm hoping that just driving into here, this will unload. But we shall see. Please be high enough. Undo that. You're not going to be high enough. Oh. Right. I'm going to have to get my skid steer up here and unload it fully. So we will be back in a moment once we've got that up here. That's just a tad annoying. That really is. There we go. We've got our little skid steer up here. And yeah, that was... ooh, that journey took a while. Maximum, well, it's got maximum 60 miles an hour. With the advanced control add-on we've got, it doesn't go any higher than about 11, 12. So that's why I didn't want to sort of do that on camera. You can see it's emptying out now. And there we go. £9,703 from our eggs. Not bad at all. Goes a bit of a way to returning us to our little bit of profit that we had before we had to go and buy the cultivator today. That is where I am going to leave this video. So all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos and live streams from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel and ring that bell. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.